as Cowboys.
Yeah.
Our sworn. Okay, so I prepared a haiku. Are you ready? Are you ready? I need to see you now.
I don't think I've heard many haikus on football podcasts.
Welcome to Gridiron Thunder, hosted by Thor and Dr. Otaku.
Hello, and welcome back to Gridiron Thunder with Thor and Kevin, Dr. Otaku. And yes, football's back. It's back, baby.
Football's back! Hey, lots happened.
It hit me this week. It really hit me this week.
I know, I've been fired up.
I have the countdown timer in front of me. I was just scrolling through NFL.com and they have the countdown timer. 20 hours, 8 minutes, 33 seconds, 32 seconds, 31 seconds.
I mean, a lot of news started popping off. Of course, once we hit end record on our last podcast, a bunch of shit happened.
As soon as we end it.
Which is the curse of doing this type of stuff.
Yes, it is.
But yeah, I have to say,
here. I'll give you the floor. You're a Cowboys fan. You're not a stranger to heartbreak, but this is just one more rung in it. And as Jerry Jones would say, Michael Parsons is no longer on the team. Jerry Jones calls him Michael Parsons, which I just think is another level of disrespect in this whole saga. Yeah. But I will. I'll give the floor to you. Micah Parsons is a Packer. He's a Packer now. 2 first-round picks and Kenny Clark to the Cowboys. Kenny Clark's on the wrong side of 30. Could maybe have some juice left, but no. This 2 firsts for Parsons and then a $188 million contract.
Oh my God! Not only did we give up Micah Parsons, which everyone was like, "Oh, I'm not losing sleep. It's no big deal. This is just part of the game. Trust the process." Blah blah blah. All this bullshit.
Very few people are saying that.
Well, no, at the time before that happened, people were like, "Oh yeah, I'm not worried about it. It's gonna happen. Trust the managers, trust the coaches, all that bullshit, right?" Which you should never do. If you're a Cowboys fan, never trust the management, never trust the leadership. That is the number one rules about being a Cowboys fan.
I listened briefly to last week's episode and I was like, Terry McLaurin, these other stars who are asking for pay bumps, Trey Hendrickson, they're going to get their pay bumps. These are kind of non-stories in the offseason. But then I started listing off like the newest headlines about Micah Parsons. And it's like, there's no news. And then we're too close to the season. And I said, that's never a good sign. And then Dak Prescott's calling it a saga, which is also not a good sign. So there was that tinge. I mean, you could feel it in the air that this was coming.
You kind of smelled it, but I was like in denial. But anyway, I'm beyond disappointed, not only for losing Micah Parsons, but losing him to the Packers, our sworn enemies as Cowboys.
Yeah.
Our sworn... Okay, so I prepared a haiku. Are you ready? I need to see you now.
I don't think I've heard many haikus on football podcasts. I'm ready. I'm locked in.
You played Ghost of Tsushima, right? You at least know. You're used to it. Okay, here we go.
Yes, of course.
Blue star lost its light. Cheese drips on my old heartbreak. I burn silver, black. Trust broke like dry rope. Front office traded our pulse. Loyalty costs more. Micah to tundra. Green banners taste like defeat. My Sundays need knives. There's technically more, but I'm going to leave it there because that gets my message across.
My God. I thought, how long was the haiku? I thought it was just 575.
Yeah. I wrote a little extra, but not important. What's important?
57575. It was beautiful regardless. Micah to the tundra. I love that.
Yeah, I know. I was like,
silver.
I'll turn it into a rap song or something. I'll throw a trap beat over this podcast and we'll start going. But no, seriously, Dallas just shipped their entire defensive engine over to our sworn rivals. He's a Packer now, 4 years, $188 million deal, like you said. After Green Bay, Kenny Clark, I don't even know if that was like a big deal, to be honest. Even though I'm a Cowboys fan, like I didn't feel like that was a big deal, but that was part of the headline. And I'm like, But no, it's not cap strategy. It's just a bailout.
Yeah.
Top 5 pressure creator for the team. And now we're giving them to the team that literally destroyed us at home literally last year. Like, not only am I sour about like the old playoff, that one crazy year, like 2017, and I'm always sour at the Packers, but like this is recent history, right?
I mean, there's a litany of Packers versus Cowboys big games, especially like in the playoffs.
No, I know.
Yes. Yeah, it's like Packers, Cowboys.
How could you do this?
It's like, yeah.
And so I looked it up because we talked about this last time. So the franchise hasn't reached, because we talked about the last time they won a Super Bowl, which was before I was born. but they haven't even reached an NFC championship since 1995, which is the year I was born, bro. So that is 30 years, guys. I just turned 30.
It's brutal. And one of the longest streaks besides them was the Washington Commanders within their own division, who made it there last year.
And I got a dumbass name. They're not even as cool as the Cowboys, and they still did better. Like, that shows you what's really going on, dude. Yeah, we gave a 48 to Green Bay during that game last year in our own building. The most Dallas has ever surrendered a playoff game. Dak Prescott, you keep defending him for some reason through multiple
He's
picks
an above average
early in
QB.
that game. No, but look at his playoff record. I actually started to look this up because I was like, why is Thor so on this shit? I'm not crazy. He has like one of the worst playoff records. It's like 2-7 or something. No, that's their home record. Sorry, that's the Cowboys' home record. That's the Cowboys' home record is 2-7 last year.
Matt Stafford was 0-3 in the playoffs, man.
Yeah, he sucks too.
Whoa.
No, he doesn't know how to play past January. He can do good in the season, but that's why I call him a Ponzi scheme, because he knows how to play the system.
I think the Cowboys can't play past.
Yeah, well, and they lost their defensive coordinator to Washington, so great. Mm-hmm. So yeah, no, I'm fucking out. I'm basically done being a Cowboys fan until Jerry Jones dies. Sorry, Dallas. Love you, but I'm out. I'm from Vegas, so I'm switching to Raiders. Moving forward, I'm going to be focusing a lot on the Raiders. I'm going to be rooting for them. We got Pete Carroll. That's exciting, and we got that running back. I forgot it. And that running back that they have.
You got to remember Ashton Genty's name if you're going to be a Raiders fan. You got to.
I'm getting there. I have to learn. I'm rewiring myself.
Genty.
Listen, next week I'll be a Raiders expert, okay? But this has all hit me hard. I've just been like burning Cowboys memorabilia.
Oh no.
So yeah,
actually, I still have your Ricky Williams jersey, by the way.
Oh my god.
You left that in my car in like 2018.
Burn that shit, dog.
I love it.
So yeah,
just to touch on it real quick.
Fuck the Cowboys. I'm done.
Just to kind of, not that anybody needs extra reason to kind of not believe in this bullshit that the Cowboys are peddling. In an interview after it happened, they were asking Jerry Jones, why would you make this trade? And him being Jera, he said, we need to stop the run. So they got Kenny Clark, and in today's NFL, you need to stop the run, especially with the Eagles in the same division. Micah Parsons is, again, on a Hall of Fame track. One of the reasons being he's one of the best pass rushers in his first 4 years ever. However, he's also, like, when you look at their statistics, their best one-on-one run stopper. So it's malarkey what the Cowboys are saying. They lost one of the faces of their franchise. I don't understand how you can be in that locker room and see, I could be one of the best players ever for however many years, and I will not be rewarded here. I need to get out.
Yeah, what do you think Amari Cooper is thinking right now?
I mean, CeeDee Lamb?
Sorry, yes. I'm in Raiders mindset.
Yeah. CeeDee got paid. Dak got paid. But, I mean, you got to pay somebody on the defense. You got to pay.
Cowboys are done. They're going to have 3 wins this year, tops.
Well, we'll talk about over-unders in a little bit. Before we do, over-unders coming up. Week 1 preview. Oh, it's here.
Oh, my God.
Sorry to my wife. I got to pay attention to football. It has to happen. I got a parents' night tomorrow night, but I mean, do you think it would be disrespectful to have the Eagles Cowboys game on as I'm like getting introduced to my kids' teachers? Would that be disrespectful? Maybe.
I mean, why aren't they watching it? That's what you need to ask them. Like, say, hey, like, if I'm going to trust you educating my children, there better be a fucking game on as we talk.
Yeah, it's like a sports bar. It's like, so where's the TV at? Get in the classroom. Like, you got ESPN on or something?
For real, dude.
All right. The only other piece of news that I feel like is even worth mentioning before we just hop into over-unders and then week 1 preview. Do you know what the NFL top 100 players is?
No. I mean, I can guess.
It kind of self-explanatory. But essentially, they have NFL MVP, they have NFL honors, which is like a committee of people and analysts and so-called experts who vote on who should get these awards. But the top 100 players every single season is a show. It's what I kind of loved watching growing up, was like top 10 power backs and top 10 elusive running backs of all time, top 10 defenses. It's kind of in that same vein, but it's the top 100 players, and it's voted on by the players every single year. So they hand out ballots to all of the players in the NFL. They ask them to rank the best players, 1, 2, whatever. And then they take all of those rankings, pile them, and then they release the show 10 10 positions at a time. So like the first episode's 100 to 90, 90 to 80, 70 to. And the 10 to 1 just came out, and Saquon Barkley was ranked number 1 player in the NFL.
I think that play he made where he hurtled backwards that we were watching on episode 1, I think that should just become our new like logo that plays when this podcast goes on. It should just be a loop of that, because I mean, people were amazed. People were amazed.
It's one of the greatest athletic plays in NFL history. It really is. But I think the reason it's like really a piece of news is because, I mean, honestly, it kind of ties into the conversation we were just having. How do you not pay a generational talent who could be on a Hall of Fame track and send them off to a rival within the NFC, Giants?
No, I know.
How do you give literally the number 1 player in the NFL to the Eagles within your division?
I'm not trying to talk about the Cowboys this whole podcast, but I mean, you know me. I'm a history guy. I'm a history guy. The point of history is to learn from it, is to understand the mistakes of your predecessors, to see what your enemies are doing, see where they're fucking up, the art of war, all that stuff, and not do that. Not play it beat for beat. Like Micah Parsons is going to be on the Madden cover next year because Green Bay is actually in a position to make some moves this year with their new quarterback and all of this stuff that they have going on.
Yeah, that'd be great. If it happened back-to-back years where Barkley's on the cover and then Parsons is on the cover. Although, if Aaron Donald was never on the cover, I don't think Parsons is getting on the cover.
Yeah, I mean, fair. I don't know. It's a new generation. Donald was part of a different class, but we'll see. My point is,
I'm getting old already.
These years getting old, but that's okay. Being old makes us wiser. Makes us wise enough to understand that the Cowboys made a horrible decision.
No, I definitely don't feel wiser.
So no, that's interesting news, and I mean it makes sense. I mean, how rare is it for a running back to get listed number 1 like that? That's pretty rare, right?
Let me just look up the top 10 real quick, because I know Gurley was up there when he was crushing the league.
Yeah,
and then when there's like a 2,000-yard rusher.
Yeah, but it's not every often. That's not so often.
There it is. But I do kind of like it better than MVP, because the MVP we were talking about last week, it's just kind of an NFL award at this point. So yeah, it was Saquon Barkley, which, you know, if Saquon won MVP last year, nobody would have batted an eye. Lamar Jackson was voted number 2. Josh Allen was voted number 3, kind of chalk. Jamar Chase, I think I could have expected him to be number 2 because he was the Triple Crown winner last year. He had absurd games. And Patrick Mahomes, really, at number 5. It's kind of high. He's still great. Joe Burrow, Derrick Henry, see, there he is. He had nearly 2,000 yards rushing, so that's kind of what I was thinking of. I knew he would be in the top 10. Myles Garrett, he's a monster. Justin Jefferson, always good, even with Sam Darnold as QB. And then rounding out the top 10 was Patrick Surtain. Kind of interesting that the person who won Defensive Player of the Year, Patrick Surtain, is ranked lower than Myles Garrett by NFL players.
Yeah, I mean, again, when it comes to defense, they're never ranked properly. People don't understand what makes like defense actually good because of the way that they record.
But this is NFL players, you know?
Yeah, I know.
It's current NFL players voting for current NFL players. It's like, oh, I played against Myles Garrett. He fucked me up.
I mean, that'd be a good way to get votes, I guess.
You gotta check out the show. It's great. Because there are literally like conversations like that. They interview the players. Yeah.
I barely have time to watch football. Okay.
Trust me, I know. I'm thinking about this weekend and I'm like, got child swim team practice. I got this other stuff we got to do. How am I going to fit in like 10 hours of football?
Watch it you record it and watch it on ×3 speed.
I need those like Black Mirror, like contact video things where I can just have it in my eye going at all times.
Bro,
as I'm like doing other things.
I'll be first in line. For that stuff. I love it. Put an AI in my brain. Ready. My body is ready. Okay, so really quick, I probably should have researched this. Can you explain this over-under stuff to me? Because when I do my parlays, I typically just bet on who's going to win the game. Yes or no? You know what I mean?
So we'll talk about that kind of stuff when we start talking about week 1 previews, because they include the favorites and how many points each team has over the other team in the actual games themselves. Since this is our last opportunity to do this, I think it would be fun to look at the over-unders for every single team and pick 3 each in a draft style. We can decide who gets first pick. Basically, we look at their over-unders and it's like, oh, you know what? I think the Chicago Bears, their wins over-unders is 8.5. I think they're going over. I think they're winning 9 games minimum. I'm picking them, you know, kind of like that style. Does that make sense?
Sort of. I'll try my best. I'll let you go first.
Okay, so let's take a look. So, for example, Philadelphia Eagles 11.5, Ravens, Bills, Chiefs are all at 11.5. A pretty safe bet, I think, for the last 5 years straight. The Chiefs have gone over on their wins over unders. So that's statistically one of the best options. Detroit Lions won 15 games last year, and their over and under is 10.5. I'm kind of just looking through the list right now. On the flip side of it, the Miami Dolphins to 8.5 with the first pick. I think I'm going to take the Dolphins. I'm gonna slam the under. I don't think they're winning 9 games this year.
So you're short selling them. You're saying they're going to be under 9 games. That's what you're saying right now.
I do.
Okay.
I think they're going to be
it.
under 9 games.
How
Gonna
dare you,
highlight-
but okay.
And I'm going to be like, this is my pick.
And anything you pick, I can't pick. I have to pick something
That's
different.
true. Draft style.
Okay, draft style. Understood. All right, I get the game. I'm fully caught up. All right, well then, I'm going to say this is easy.
Just to back up my pick real quick, just to kind of talk about it. Miami Dolphins have collapse written all over them. Mike McDaniel's butt is on the hot seat. If they start out like 1-4, they are a September team. As soon as the weather gets cold, they've been collapsing in recent years. They are a dome team in an outdoor stadium. If they start slow, then it's over. It's Jover. So,
How dare you?
all right, I just had to back up my pick real quick.
How fucking dare you? I disagree. I think when the pressure's on, especially for Miami type people, they do better under pressure. You're not from Florida. You don't understand how we think.
I'm not from
when the hurricane comes in, we lock the fuck in, bro. So they're gonna do good.
I'm just saying, you could pick the over. I'll say that. The Miami Dolphins under.
Well, I'm not going to be crazy here. I don't know if they're going to go over that. Maybe. We'll see what's left when I get to my third pick. But for my first pick, because I also think, just to back this up, that they're going to go to the Super Bowl, I think the Buffalo Bills are going to go over their 11.5.
Yeah, that's safe. That's a safe pick.
Yeah, got to go with it first.
I do think the Dolphins will be a little bit more tricky I think the Patriots will be a little more tricky in their own division. They won't be world beaters. And I think the Jets will be a little bit tougher. Plus, they're starting out the year with the Ravens, which is kind of a tough first game of the season. What if they get off to a rocky start? There are some potential deficiencies in their defense. However, they still have Josh Allen. They have James Cook. They have a good offensive line. They know how to do it. Solid pick.
No, they got a lot going on this year. I think they could easily go over. And if our predictions from last week are to be correct, Buffalo Bills versus Ravens might be our Super Bowl preview. So we might get a preview week 1.
AFC Championship preview.
Sorry. Yes. AFC Championship preview. Pardon me, folks.
Let's see. What should I take with my second pick? The Niners at 10.5. They won 6 games last year. It's interesting. Vikings need to win 9. Texans need to win 10. That one's kind of spicy to me. I'm feeling pessimistic. On these teams right now. Oh, you know what? Where are the Giants at? Giants are going to be annoying. Giants are at 5.
How are they?
Giants are going to be at 5.5. I got to be a little optimistic. Giants, I'm picking the over. Their defense is going to be frustratingly good. It's built up the last couple of years. And their offense, there's a lot of good reports coming out of Jackson Dart. I don't think Russell Wilson starts for more than 3-4 weeks. The Giants do have a really tough schedule this year, which kind of goes against what I'm saying. But they actually have like a functional offense. They're not dealing with a QB carousel and Tommy Cutlets throwing the ball. Tommy DeVito. So they're going to have Malik Neighbors. They're going to be able to spread the ball around. They have Tyrone Tracy, who I like, who was a former receiver who has turned into a running back. Again, they're not going to be world beaters, but I can see them getting 6 wins.
6? Yeah, I can see it. Not a bad choice.
Yeah.
All right. My next one is going to be spicy because of everything that I just talked about. And this is definitely a salty prediction, but I'm going to go for it. Cowboys under 7.5. Easy.
7.
They'll be lucky if they get 3.
Wins and you win. It's not too bad.
Yeah, no, honestly, with the news and just the way that the team's been, Dak Prescott is like on the downhill slope, in my opinion. They don't have any good running backs. Coaching is just not there.
They have a lot of questions at running
backs. My
God,
I forgot this in my original rant.
We still got time.
The fact that Deion Sanders, I know we were talking about the other Sanders a lot last week, but Deion Sanders, their best player. Their best player.
No.
Their best player, easy.
Their
Their best player. And in Cowboys history.
Whoa, let's calm down here. They
No,
have
but-
arguably one of the greatest running backs ever.
My point
of all time.
is that they had that guy amazing, and then he goes on to coach in college and does really good there too. They had every opportunity to pull him in and get rid of that other loser or whatever his name was.
Yeah, it's just to throw out. You know, I'm a fan of history as well. I gotta just throw out like Emmitt Smith, Michael Irving, Tony Dorsett, Larry Allen, Troy Aikman, Bob Lilly is incredible. Just Ed Too Tall Jones.
Okay, listen.
Deion Sanders is in the list.
Yes, but Deion Sanders is like active, young, actively coaching football, still part of the modern game, can actually make an impact. No, the Cowboys hire some random dude off the street.
Brian Schottenheimer?
Yeah, who the fuck is that? No one. Nobody. Jerry Jones' fucking golf buddy.
You know who Marty Schottenheimer?
No, why should I?
How
How many Super Bowls has he won?
2. He was a head coach in the NFL for 21 seasons. Basically, he's part of a football family, the Schottenheimers. They're extremely famous. Brian Schottenheimer is the son of Marty Schottenheimer. Yeah, and I mean Brian Schottenheimer. I think he could be decent.
And Sanders is not a football family dynasty at this point. Like,
no, dude.
I mean, multiple kids in the NFL.
Colorado State, but I mean, it's not like he was coaching a SEC team to a NCAA championship. You know? Yeah, Schottenheimer helped lead the Jets to the AFC championships when they had rookie Mark Sanchez and Rex Ryan as their head coach. He was the offensive coordinator for a terrible Rams team, which we're not going to talk about. He was good with the Georgia Bulldogs. He was with the Colts, the Seahawks. This is kind of when his career picked back up. And then he was kind of an in-house hire. He was hired by the Dallas Cowboys as a consultant back in 2022. After Kellen Moore left, Schottenheimer was promoted to offensive coordinator underneath Mike McCarthy. And then Mike McCarthy left this past year, so they promoted Schottenheimer from within, which is a classic Jerry Jones move. Again, just kind of to push back a little bit, like he does know what he's doing, but we haven't seen it as a head coach. Yeah, I could see it. There could be a collapse. You know, maybe he doesn't know how to do it, but we just don't know that yet.
No, he hasn't walked into an organization like the Cowboys.
I think I would rather Schottenheimer than Deion, if that's what you're saying.
You're out of your mind. I would take Deion Sanders right now. No, dude, trust me. One day it's going to happen. Sanders is going to walk into the locker room as head coach in like a few years once Jerry Jones dies or something. All the racists get out of the room. And then they're going to win a Super Bowl. Then in like 3 years, 4 years, we'll talk about this. And I'll be like, I'm going to clip this moment.
Cowboys Super Bowl? No.
Not this year. Not this year.
You got to clip that. No, I don't think we're seeing one in our lifetime. I think you should just give up hope. 60 years? Nah.
Because I'm salty today, I'm going to agree with you. All right, your turn.
All right, my last pick. We only get 3. All right.
Oh yeah.
What are the Rams at?
I was waiting for it.
9.5, 10 wins. They got 10 wins last season. I don't know about Stafford's health. I ain't touching Texans. I keep floating back to the Texans. Nah, you know what? Yeah, I'm doing it. Houston Texans under.
Under.
No, I can't do it. I keep going back and forth.
Be a man. Pick something.
Detroit Lions over. I think 10.5 is a little bit too low. They're a tier below the Eagles, Ravens, Bills, Chiefs. They won more games than all of those teams last year.
They did. They were almost undefeated.
They still have arguably the best offensive line in the league. They still have arguably one of the most exciting, electric running backs in the league, as well as receivers. And they didn't have their star defensive end last year because he got hurt in week 1. Aiden Hutchinson coming back. They're going to win more than 10 games, 11 games.
I don't know. It's a different. It's a lot of different generational talent is coming in this year that they didn't have to deal with last year. So I think they're actually going to get rocked a little bit. I don't think they're going to have another almost undefeated season. So I think you're going to lose this competition based on that. But we'll see. That might be your losing pick. I would have gone with the Houston Texans one.
Or I'm going to be perfect.
Perfect? No. That's my job. I think for my pick, the Las Vegas Raiders, because they're my new favorite team, are going to do better than 6.5 because they have a new coach. They got that running back that I keep forgetting his name, but he's freaking awesome.
Remember Ashton Genty's name, man.
Genty. Genty. That's just not a good name.
I think it's a great name.
No,
It's
I need
unique.
to give a. I need a no.
Football is an autumn wind. Ashton Genty with the Las Vegas Raiders.
No, he
Come
needs
on,
like a.
F-
No, he needs something more anime. He needs like a. He needs like a billboard. It's Las Vegas, dog. He needs like that Elvis nickname. We'll find it. We'll find it watching week 1.
See, now I'm just thinking about an anime Elvis. All right.
Bro, how come they haven't done that yet? That's a great idea. Anyway, pick Raiders over. I think that's a good one, honestly. I think the Raiders are going to do a lot better than they've done in the last 4 years, honestly.
I dig it. I mean, they're right at the bottom of the barrel for over-under projections. They're 6.5, so all you need to do is they can still have a losing record and you can still win. So,
yep, exactly. I'm going to win. All right. So does that cover our draft, our over-under draft? I need to put these bets in, bro.
Yeah, do it. Just to recap, I'm picking the Miami Dolphins to go under 8.5 wins. I'm picking the New York Giants to go over, what is it, 6.5? 5.5. Yeah, 6 wins. And I'm picking the Detroit Lions to go over 10.5 wins. Kevin, you're picking the Bills over, the Cowboys under. Shocker. Saw that one coming. And the Raiders over. Your fandom's showing.
Yep. That's pretty much my my operating model. Okay, I'll put this in later. All right, what's next on our
You're
agenda?
pulling up the bets right now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, bro.
Dude, you gotta do the bets for me too. I'll send you the cash. But ever since I moved up to Washington, it's been smoky. It's been smoky, not the good kind of smoky. It's been fires, and I lost all the betting apps because they're not available. So we have the lotto. We have the lotto up here.
Lotto's fun. You don't even have access to like the FanDuels or whatever, because I know that's.
I
banned
haven't
in
really
Vegas.
looked into it. I have no time, but I had Bet MGM and I had Caesars and all that stuff down there.
You can't use any Vegas apps outside of Vegas.
Course.
But the funny thing about Vegas is that you can't use any other gambling apps that are available to the rest of the country are illegal in Las Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
You have to use the Las Vegas app. So I think you might have access to something. I don't know. Washington's like a free state. They don't believe in taxes or something, right? I think
they have pretty high taxes.
Shit. What is it? It's like no sales tax or something? I remember learning this a long time ago. Montana? No, I don't know nothing about Montana.
We're off track. All right. We got our over-unders in. Now it's time. Week 1. NFL. So what I'm thinking for previews, open to feedback here, just kind of throwing it out there. We talk about the primetime games every single week. And then we do tend to, honk for a little bit, just talk way longer than we should. If our first episode, gives any credence to that, talking about 4 hours, talking about every single team. But we kind of a similar draft style after the primetime games. We pick 3 games that we each want to watch. So like my first draft pick would be the number 1 game that I want to watch. We talk about it. You would pick one. I pick one. We go back and forth. But when we pick that game, we're also making the commitment that we will watch that game. Not just it's on Red Zone. Like at some point before we meet back up next week, we need to actually kind of know what happened in that game.
Deal. Easy.
I'm forcing you to watch football. I mean, who wouldn't take that deal?
I know. That's what I'm saying. I need an excuse. This is great. It's for work, honey. Go away. I'm working.
This is serious. I need to watch the Raiders at New England.
I do. That is going to be one of my picks.
Children can wait.
Oh, dude, my children love football, man. They get excited as hell. I love having boys, bro. It's the best. They just want to watch football and drink beer.
I got a 7-year-old, and I've been putting on NFL Network just in the background as, we're doing other stuff. And he's like, football. Suck it up, man.
It's a phase. He'll love it as he gets older.
No, I hated Sunday mornings when I was a young kid. Because first and foremost, we didn't have apps, so we didn't have a choice of when we could watch stuff on demand. And Sunday morning, that was peak. Cartoon time. But my dad just had on football,
Giants,
dumb football. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I was just like you or like your son. I didn't really care for football when I was little. But you know what changed everything for me? Since we're talking about this, NFL Blitz. Can we bring that back?
Sick.
NFL Blitz literally changed my whole perspective on football. I was like, football is the best sport ever invented by Americans.
Could you imagine if it was actually NFL Blitz, though?
Dude, I know there's been rumor mill stuff about that kind of stuff, like those super leagues getting started, but they're too like, I don't know.
I wouldn't call them
Sponsored by
super
Alex.
leagues.
They're always sponsored, or steroid leagues is what I mean. Steroid leagues.
XFL. The
XFL.
XFL.
The issue with those leagues is that they always get sponsored by like Alex Jones or something, so then everything falls apart.
Well, my God. And again, just anime Elvis, XFL Alex Jones. I loved there was one league where players could put whatever they wanted on their the back of their jerseys, like nicknames and stuff. Did you see that one?
I remember that.
There was it was like people putting gamer tags.
Yeah, no, that's legit, dude. But listen, they were just ahead of their time. That is the future, bro. You think Generation Alpha is going to be watching like the NFL? Like, it's not going to exist the way it exists right now.
I think
it's going to go full gamer tag. It is the future.
I think it's the future, not in that way, but it's because names are just going to get more and more outlandish. Like that Key and Peele skit where they're just like, these people know that they have to walk around with that name. And like, they may not make the NFL. You know, it'd be cool in the NFL. DeBrickashaw Ferguson. It's just like, come on, man. Like, it's a good bit. All right. So we're down with the draft style.
Yeah, I'm down.
Okay. Before we do that, though, hey, you want to talk Cowboys? You want to talk Cowboys a little bit? You want to just talk some Cowboys just a little bit?
What are you talking about? We've been talking Cowboys this whole time.
But now we need to talk about the games. Then week 1, the first game. Tomorrow. Oh, wait. Let me pull up the timer. 10 hours, 31 minutes, 35 seconds. Cowboys, Eagles.
Cowboys, Eagles.
All right.
Cowboys are probably going to get.
Let me pull it up. So it's Dallas at Philadelphia, 5:20 p.m. It's going to be on Peacock. We could have the discussion with how much junk you need to watch all NFL games now. The line is 8.5. So Philadelphia is favored by 8.5 points. And then the over-under, which those are the two main bets for every single game. The line, which is Philadelphia favored by 8.5. And the over-under, which is the total points scored in the game, at 47.5. All right.
So over 47 points scored in a game or under 47 points scored in a game is what you're betting on with an over-under. I don't really do over-unders when I do parlays. I just bet like who the winning team is going to be. So like it says Eagles are favored minus 450, which is usually a pretty big sign that they're going to win. And then Cowboys at plus 350, which is usually like, they're underdogs, but it's not impossible. It's not like plus 1,000. But, chances are they're going to get wrecked. And I like to bet against the odds all the time. That's what makes parlays profitable for me. But in this case, old Kevin would have bet against the odds and said the Cowboys are going to pull through. But no.
I will say it is tied for the biggest line this week. So the Eagles are the biggest favorites this week against the Cowboys.
I mean, they got a lot going for them, and then Saquon Barkley is, scoring every number one slot in any Madden pool, fantasy league, like you name it. So I mean, the casinos are going to follow suit.
Yeah, and I mean, we've touched on it, but Micah Parsons, was a good run defender, no matter what Jerry Jones says. And then you have to stop Saquon Barkley. Like, what are the Cowboys going to do? The only thing that could potentially happen is the Cowboys somehow are able to use their passing game while not being one-dimensional because, again, they don't really have a trustworthy running game. But there is a scenario where George Pickens works out and he's at the full potential of who George Pickens could be. And that's opening up CeeDee Lamb. Dak Prescott is who, the potential MVP Dak Prescott that we've seen in the past.
Yeah, right.
And this turns into a high-scoring game. It's week 1. By the third, fourth quarter of every single week 1 game.
But I don't think that's ever going to happen, okay? I think we could talk about it for fun, but the Cowboys are going to lose.
On the flip side,
I think they're completely demoralized because of everything that's going on in the locker room. I think they have this nobody coach that claims to have won Super Bowls. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, no, Brian hasn't won Super Bowls. Marty may not have. But anyways, on the flip side of it, Philadelphia, you got A.J. Brown, you got Devonta Smith. Everybody sleeps on how good Devonta Smith is, arguably one of the better wide receiver 2s in the NFL. They have that passing game on top of one of the best offensive lines in the entire league. They don't have Jason Kelce at center, which we'll see how that goes with the tush push. Jalen Hurts, hopefully he's throwing the ball around more because he always plays his best in the biggest spots. And that's typically when he lets it loose a little bit more. So maybe they let him be himself just a little touch more. But again, they don't really need to. They can just hand the ball off to Saquon Barkley. Even if he just gets 3 yards 3 times, then they can just tush push and they get another first down and then just do that over and over again. And then the defense is completely destroyed. And that on top of maybe potentially the defensive player of the year in Jalen Carter, who we haven't really talked too much about on the defensive line. And then you got Quinion Mitchell and Cooper DeJean on the backside for the Philadelphia Eagles, which, like I said, the scenario where the Cowboys pull this off is with George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb, and Dak Prescott's actually picking the defense apart. But again, the Eagles have the DBs to counter that. So again, that scenario I talked about with the Cowboys, I don't think it's really going to happen, which is why this line is 8.5. I could see the Eagles. I could see the Eagles winning by 2 touchdowns. I mean, if I were to pick the line, I would pick the Eagles over that. So that's me.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's probably the safest bet this week is this game. So I mean, bet high.
Vegas always knows. Vegas always knows something. So
I mean, not really. I mean, it's wrong all the time, to be honest with you. Vegas is tripping, but they do it to fuck with you. But in this case, they're right.
Not. It's right though.
No, it's not.
Always.
Trust me. Take it from me. They always have these trick ones where they make it seem like it's obvious, and then something happens in the game. They call a ref. They're like, "Oh, Kevin's about to make $30,000 off this. Someone drop the ball right now." That's what they do to me during World Cup games. I swear to God, dude. Some of the most shady shit happens.
Yes,
I'm really good at that, and some weird stuff happens because of that. Anyway.
Sure you are. Yes, bet more money. Yes, next time you'll get it. Yeah, totally.
One day, mark my words. Me or my brother will hit it big because we're zeroing in on this shit. And so, speaking of which, by the way,
out a system, man.
I don't think this counts as our draft because we're both going to watch this game because it's Thursday. Yeah.
So primetime games and then the main Sunday slate. That's what we draft.
Copy that.
So speaking of the next primetime game, Kevin, we got football Thursday. We got football Friday.
What? Friday?
You know about this? You hear about this?
I mean, I do have an NFL calendar. I don't have it open. I probably should be looking at that.
So it's a good one. It's going to be in São Paulo, Brazil.
What? That's amazing. No way.
Kansas City Chiefs at Los Angeles Chargers. So it counts as a home game for the Chargers, but they're both traveling down to São Paulo, Brazil, which is what they do for these international games. One of the teams has to essentially take the loss as counting it as their home game. Yeah.
Well, it's fair to do it to the Chiefs. They get enough favor.
The Chargers. It's a Chargers home game.
Well, Chargers don't even have a home, so it's fine.
They
might as well move to. I mean, can't technically a team be based in another country like Canada, Mexico, or something, and be part of the NFL?
Nope. Not yet. They're really, really pushing. It feels like the Jaguars have games in London every single year, and it's kind of like a, not very well kept secret that it's like, okay, the Jaguars are going to be the London team. So we'll see. Maybe after we get the full 18 game schedule and they start pushing that, then we'll probably maybe see like a Germany team, a London team. I don't know about a Brazil team. The Rams are going to actually be playing the Eagles next year in Australia.
Australian? Have you ever seen Australian football? No. There's they like rugby and stuff, but Australia is just like Americans. They came up with their own version of football. It's called Australian football, Australian rules football.
Really?
It's football, but it has Australian rules. So you can kick a field goal at any time. It's some weird stuff. It's fun. It's fun to watch. They love it, man. Australia would be a great place for the NFL to spread. Japan likes it too. Not as big, but
I looked up Australian Football League and it's just rugby.
No, it's not rugby. There's rugby.
Every image is just rugby, man. I don't know what to tell you.
They don't wear the NFL costumes, but you have to understand the rest of the world makes fun of the NFL for all the helmets and stuff.
They've made their own football. They don't wear pads. Their ball is longer. They have these things called scrums. It's rugby, Kevin.
It's not rugby. Rugby is different. Australian football, Australian rules football. It's its own thing. I watch Bluey. I know.
Did you have a good try?
That'd be a fun game to watch, just for the fact that it's in Brazil.
Bluey heads out there.
Yeah.
Talking to two dads right now.
But Chiefs and Chargers in Brazil, that's interesting.
Yeah, I guess we should talk about the game, huh?
Yeah, I mean, Chargers probably going to get wrecked. all honesty.
So I guess I should point out the game's at 5 p.m. tomorrow. It's technically a Chargers home game. It's in São Paulo. The line is Kansas City favored by 3.5. The over-under is 46.5. So not favored by too much, kind of like a field goal. One other thing to point out is it's going to be on YouTube.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's interesting because I think you have to have the YouTube TV.
Well, that's lame.
Yeah,
YouTube TV is fun for like certain events. Every 4 years, I will subscribe to it so that I can get the World Cup on demand. But besides that, it's really expensive for what it is. Sorry, YouTube. Don't shadow ban our podcast for this, but YouTube TV is not worth it.
No, I don't think so. I do not think so at all. And I also think this is the only YouTube game all year. I think it's the only one.
You can buy the NFL Red Pass or whatever with your YouTube TV subscription, but again, you're just stacking money for no reason. Just go other way. Yeah, it's insanity.
However, I think it is Rich Eisen and Kurt Warner on the call, which is probably one of the best booths in my opinion. If you don't know Rich Eisen, he created NFL Network essentially. And if you don't know Kurt Warner, let me tell you a little story about the greatest show on turf. Ever heard of him?
So, can I admit something? I never listen
Sure.
to the commentary. I just blast music while I watch football.
So my dad told me about this growing up. There was a time where everybody was complaining about the commentators, and they got rid of them. They got rid of the NFL analysts, the commentators during games.
That's awesome.
It was terrible.
Why?
And everybody hated it. They were like, oh, we didn't know what we had. Ever since my dad told me that story, and you know, I've never really looked into it. Maybe
I
my
never knew
dad was
that.
me. But ever since he told me that, I started to like listen and like actually, you know, kind of start to have some favorites and like, oh, like Kevin Harlan is going to be on the Rams call this week. And I like Kevin Harlan.
Actually, like him too.
I
know
don't
who he
like
is.
Joe Buck. I just don't. There are some analysts where it's like the biggest spot, and you'll start to realize it when you have like some of the most amazing plays in NFL history. And what makes some of those plays so amazing is the commentator for it. Do you know the Stephon Diggs New Orleans playoff walk-off touchdown?
I mean, I'm sure I've seen it. I don't know
Yeah.
it by that term.
Essentially, like there was 0 time left. They needed to go like 60 yards or whatever. Completed a pass. The person who was going to make the tackle misses it, which allows him to run 60 yards. He rips off his helmet. He just holds his arms out. The entire team just like collapses in on him. But one of the most famous things from that is Diggs, sideline, touchdown. You know, and it's like iconic.
Yeah.
Diggs, sideline, touchdown. So, you know, people can just post that and trigger Vikings and trigger Saints players, you know, so.
Listen, I get why they're there, and I hear them talking because I have the sound on the TV, but I am blasting my playlists or I'm DJing something or whatever while I'm watching the game. Like, I always have music going. So maybe I'll catch a few words, you know, like, oh, that was a good play. It's like, yes, that was a good play. I bet if they did run faster, they would have scored, but they didn't run faster.
Well, that's always the bit with John Madden. Now you see what they need to do is they need to run the ball better.
Okay, no, John Madden is actually the GOAT. Like, that is the best
See if they
analyst
go
I've ever
here
seen.
and bam, bam.
Because yeah, he was honest. He's not bullshitting like these other analysts. He was like, hey, you know, if you hit that guy harder next time, maybe you'll win the football game. It's like, yeah, Madden, you're fucking on it.
We're
bro.
honking. We're honking. I'm going to put a stop to it. Kansas City, listen, they don't have Rashee Rice. They have some weapons. Patrick Mahomes is still good. Travis Kelce is still good. They have Josh Simmons on the offensive line, so their offensive line should be better. Their defense is going to be good. On the flip side of it, the Los Angeles Chargers, what's really going to be interesting is Justin Herbert. He is consistently one of the best young QBs. However, he is entering what's supposed to be his prime. I would love to see him take that next step where he's considered top 5 QBs in the NFL undisputed, kind of, you know, kick off somebody like a Jalen Hurts or a Burrow even, ? Or Patrick Mahomes, that'd be spicy. They drafted a rookie receiver, Trey Harris. It'll be interesting to see how he does. Omarion Hampton is definitely one of the headliners for their rookies. He should be a beast. Najee Harris is going to play tomorrow, which is who would split carries with Omarion Hampton. But one thing that happened over the summer was Najee Harris was involved in a fireworks incident that messed with his eyes. He is cleared to play. They say that he will play. They're not saying how much he's going to be used. If he's going to be used, it's very, very murky right now. Najee said he was good in an interview. However, he had these like thick sunglasses on and he didn't take them off the entire time. So that's concerning. I am starting Omarion Hampton in my fantasy leagues. I'm trusting him until he shows me that I can't. They do have an injury to one of their star tackles, Rashawn Slater. So that's concerning, especially against Kansas City's defensive line. But also, their defense was sneaky good last year. So it'll be interesting to see how they try and smother Kansas City tomorrow. There you go. Kansas City and Raiders fans. I hope we didn't honk too long.
No, I mean, there's more coming. So sorry, y'all. So the Chargers are listed at plus 145 to win, meaning that they're underdogs, but not by that much. So what you're saying is
Kansas City's the favorites.
Yeah.
By 3.5.
Yeah. Yes.
Mm-hmm. So they got to win by 4.
The São Paulo humidity is going to take effect on this game because the weather out there is crazy.
Ooh, you know what? São Paulo weather.
It's humid. It's humid.
Do they measure it in freedom degrees?
No, they don't. It's in Celsius, which I don't know how to calculate. But it doesn't matter. It's gonna be hot. It's gonna be humid.
It's
more humid.
70% humidity.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh,
and
it's gonna be 80 degrees tomorrow.
And Sao Paulo, 80 degrees, 70% humidity.
Woof.
Sao Paulo is also not like, it's like kind of crazy place. Like it's a little disorienting. Like, I don't know. I feel like the teams are going to come in a little discombobulated. Hopefully they don't party or anything. A lot of soccer players get in trouble out there. So I don't know how the NFL players handle themselves, but no, it's a beautiful city. But it's not, it's a different type of place to pregame. I'll put it that way. So we'll see if that comes into effect.
Pregame means something different for me.
No, it's what I'm phrasing it that way. Like, I wonder how many players are going to get lost in Rio.
They can't. That would be a story. It's like,
brother, it happens all the time. It happens all the time. It happens all the time in FIFA news. Okay.
Travis Kelce's calling Andy Reid. We fucked up. We lost. We lost Pat. I'd watch that.
Oh my God, dude. No, that might happen, man. That might happen.
All right, we got 2 more primetime games. Been waiting all day for Sunday night. This is the one we were talking about. Baltimore Ravens at the Buffalo Bills.
Let's make it
5:20 p.m. Again on NBC or Peacock if you have it. This is what we call a coin flip game. Buffalo's technically favored by 1.5. So essentially they're the home team, so they're a little bit favored. The over-under is 50.5. That's a big one. Is that the largest win for the week?
I think
it is.
So my hot take is that it's going to be under because I know these are both like high-powered teams and everything, but historically speaking, that causes games to be kind of lower scoring because
I would typically agree with you. However, if we're looking at this matchup specifically, the defenses are where they're going to get kind of exposed. And I do typically agree with you. I like the Ravens defense. The Buffalo Bills defense is the biggest question mark. And when you look at the matchups, you're going up against Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry, good offensive line, good scheme. Zay Flowers is, manageable receiver. Against the Bills defense, they're going to score points. But on the flip side of it, you got Josh Allen, James Cook. You've got manageable receivers, good offensive line against the Ravens defense. So yeah, this one could be a barn burner.
I mean, I hope so. It's definitely the game I'm the most excited about out of all the primetime games we've talked about.
100%.
So
I think this is the best game of the week.
Yeah, easy.
This should be like week 14 primetime game.
Yeah,
because I hate when the NFL does it. This is one of the biggest matchups that you can have in the AFC. This, like you were saying, this could be the AFC championship game. Easily could be. Yeah. I would bet, I mean, of course I would take the field, but if I were to pick a matchup, this would probably be it, or just replace one of the teams with the Kansas City Chiefs. Oh, this could decide the number 1 seed. This could decide home field advantage for the entire AFC playoffs. This is a massive game.
So what makes you mad about the NFL exactly?
That they put it in week 1.
Sorry, I love that.
If that didn't come across. Put it in the last few weeks of the season where we know both of these teams are vying for the number 1 seed. No. But right now it's like they're both 0-0. Everybody's 0-0, Because what's going to be annoying is that the Ravens could lose. The Steelers could crush the New York Jets. And when you look at the rankings, it's like, oh, well, maybe the Steelers are better than the Ravens. No. There's going to be some talking head on ESPN who's going to be like, well, what I saw in this game.
No, I mean, I love it when big games like this happen week 1 because everyone's healthy. You don't have those weird if only this person was there, then the game would have been blah. Like, no, this is it. Like, this is all the cards on the table. Your best teams. Let's see who really is better. And then if we meet up again in the AFC Championship, all broken and stuff, then we can start talking like what ifs a little bit more smartly.
But on the flip side, the team that we're going to watch right now is not the team we're going to see in December.
Yeah,
the NFL season teams more like if you look at a team like on a 4-week basis, they're different teams, and that's why it's so important to be like heating up at the right time as you go into the playoffs, because this team is not going to be the same team. Week 1, the coaches are going to be like, this is what we have. This is the new game plan. This. And then half the stuff that they have, they're going to scrap because it's like, oh shit, that didn't work. So on the flip side of it, this is not them at their full strength. Like, yes, injuries, I agree with you. However, later in the season, God willing, everybody's healthy. That's when they are going to be at their full strength.
It's just, there's been a lot of build-up. There's been a lot of anticipation. I feel like especially this offseason, there's been a lot of headlines, all this stuff. It's like, no, I want to see the biggest teams play each other week 1. I want to see what happens. I want to see who was full of shit.
Yeah, we got some good ones.
But yeah, what's the other? You said there was 4? What's the other primetime game? Oh, Monday, I'm assuming.
Monday Night Football.
Duh.
ESPN. Minnesota Vikings at the Chicago Bears. The Bears. The offseason champs. 4 years in a row? Another pick'em game. Minnesota's favored, even though they're not the home team. They should be the better team. They won 14 games last season compared to the Bears, like 6. So anyways.
Yeah, but it's a different Bears. Different new coach. They watch film now, right? That's what we're hearing.
Yeah, Caleb Williams has a coach now.
I'm rooting for Caleb hard this year, so yeah, I'm gonna go with the Bears. I think the Bears are gonna have quite the showing, even though Vikings are gonna be rough to handle.
You know what else we could do just to add in, which not like we need more, but do you know what Survivor picks are? So what you do for Survivor picks is you pick one game each week where you think like 100% this team's going to win. But as soon as your pick loses, you're out. You're done for the whole season. But you can't pick the same team more than once.
Makes no sense. We need more people for that.
This week I would pick the Eagles as my Survivor pick because I think they're going to win. I don't really see a situation where the Cowboys win. So I pick the Eagles. Cool. I survived that week. Next week, I have to pick another game like that, but I cannot pick the Eagles.
I hear you.
Yeah. So we could add that in. It's kind of a spicy one. We could do it where we can only pick from the Sunday slate.
Yeah.
The main Sunday slate.
Yeah, that makes it harder.
I mean, Survivor's hard. It's brutal to get through all 17 weeks.
I'm going to do it. And then I got to get a reward of some kind if I do it. We'll come up
with it. We still have to come up with a bet. We'll focus on that this in between pods. We'll come up with bets for who's going to have the better season between our picks.
I'm betting right now. No, I'm just kidding. All right. So sorry. So back to Monday. I think even though it's rough.
Vikings, Bears.
I'm going Bears. As far as over under, what do you think? I don't know really enough to say either way.
I mean,
my gut tells me under.
I would say, I don't know, because the Bears have Dennis Allen as a defensive coordinator. The Vikings have Brian Flores as a defensive coordinator. Those are 2 of the better defensive coordinators in the NFL. JJ McCarthy, it's basically his rookie year as a QB in Minnesota. The Vikings did win 14 games last season, but we don't know if JJ McCarthy is that guy. All the reports coming out of training camp, all of the things that Liam Cohen, their head coach, is saying, says that he's the guy. Plus, they have Justin Jefferson. He's any QB's best friends, but what if he's not good? Also on the flip side, the Bears, arguably the Bears have better weapons than the Vikings, which is crazy because the Vikings have Justin Jefferson. But they're dealing with suspensions with Jordan Addison. They're dealing with injuries. So they had to literally call Adam Thielen, which seems like a very desperate move. But then on the flip side, you have the Bears who have DJ Moore. They have Rome Odunze, who should take a step up. He was almost graded as high as Marvin Harrison Jr. coming out of college. You have Luther Burden, who they just drafted. You have Colson Loveland, who they just drafted. You have DeAndre Swift in the backfield. But I do think the defense... I would probably pick the under because I just think both defensive coordinators have been scheming all offseason to do this. And they're some of the more inventive defensive play callers. So I again, overreaction Monday. We'll talk about it next week. Chicago could lose. Caleb Williams may not play well because of Brian Flores' defense. And on Monday, people are going to be saying, or on Tuesday, since this is the Monday Night Football game, people are going to be saying, trade Caleb, trade him, be done with him, get rid of him. So
I swear to God,
they will. if he plays average to below average, people will be saying that, guarantee. It's what happens. That's week 1. That's part of the fun of week 1. You know, overreactions.
I like the pressure. Pressure's good for these type of people who are athletic and go-getters, superstars, you know, high performers. This type of pressure, this type of chip on your shoulder is a really good thing. So I think it's going to help him perform beyond his capabilities.
Maybe.
I know everyone says he's a crybaby, whatever, but I don't know. I've watched some of his tape. He's
a freak, man. Some of the throws he makes.
That's what I'm saying. Like he has the body, he has the physicality. Like and I mean, again, I think just last year they were running some sort of like mafia scheme where people were getting paid without showing up to work, like the old mafia days. So he just didn't have the backing that he needed. That's all.
For sure.
Bears. Go Bears. All right. So let's move over to Sunday and start doing our I'll let you go first. Which team what game are you watching and gonna call?
So just a reminder, we're drafting 3 games back and forth. If we pick this game, we are guaranteeing we are going to watch it and we will talk about it. Let's see, the Sunday slate. I'm going to try to avoid the Rams just because we talked about the Rams enough. There are some
You're not going to watch the Rams game?
I'm going to watch the Rams.
Okay, then just pick it.
But to be fair, my unbiased opinions, I'm looking at this slate. There's one game that sticks out to me where I'm like, I want to watch this game. And like I said, that's not the Rams game. It's Detroit traveling to Green Bay in the tundra. Green Bay's favored by 1.5, which, you know, again, the Lions won 15 games last year. And the Lions have owned this matchup. They have won 6 of the last 7 games against Green Bay. But Green Bay's favored. Green Bay also just got a defensive player. I don't know if you've heard of him, Micah Parsons. We don't know if he's really going to play in this game. If it wasn't in Green Bay, I don't think he would play. But since they're in front of their home crowd, I think they're going to get him out on the field. Everybody's going to be cheering, going nuts.
No, they stole an amazing pick at the last second at the start of the season. They're going to put him on. They're going to rake in the publicity, and Micah Parsons is going to perform well. I think the reason why all this favor is coming out on the Packers this game, besides the Micah Parsons trade, is that they have a new kind of storyline that people are getting excited about. They're kind of over the Aaron Rodgers era. I think they feel like, you know.
Well, they've already paid Jordan Love. Jordan Love is an above average QB. We don't know if he's like a consistent top 10 QB quite yet, but I am a Jordan Love believer. He does show that he's able to kind of win games. And I mean, like, he's not just a game manager. He's able to elevate the people around him. And
so what do you think?
Another reason why they may win is because they potentially actually have a number 1 receiver, which I've talked about in the past. They basically have a litany of number 2 receivers on their roster. Christian Watson, Romeo Doubs, Jaden Reed. Jaden Reed, I don't think is actually going to be playing, but they drafted Matthew Golden, the first wide receiver they drafted in the first round ever. So I like Matthew Golden a lot. That's kind of the reasons why they're and again, they're favored, but it's a coin flip game. They're only favored by 1.5.
But you got to call it. Who do you think? Call it right now for the fans who are placing their bets like myself.
You know what? I'm going Packers.
Packers. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I'm going Packers. I'm doing it.
All right. Risky, but not that risky. Ah, yes. I need to make a choice here. So the game I'm going to watch on Sunday.
No. Packers Lions. Just pick it. Nothing like official for our picks, but just, you know, who do you think's going to win the game?
My mind is telling me Lions, but I hope the Packers take it. They need it. They need this week 1 win.
They need it.
I hope the Packers win it, mainly because I want the Cowboys to just suffer. I want the Packers to be so good this year.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Could you imagine Micah Parsons has like a forced fumble touchdown where he like picks up the fumble and he runs it in for a touchdown? Or he has like a 5-sack game.
And I will say, even though the Packers have been my sworn enemy, my favorite bar in town is called Big Dogs, which is literally a Packers bar, and it's a great bar. Shout out to Big Dogs.
I know,
Las Vegas.
That one.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's a great bar. I go there whenever there's not a game on. I go there. It's great.
I mean, Packers fans, shout out. Arguably one of the best fan bases.
Well, as of today, I love you.
You know, like
unlike
Eagles.
Unlike the next fan base I'm about to talk about, which is I am going to watch the Raiders New England game on Sunday at
I
10
like it.
a.m.
I dig it. I dig it.
because I'm a brand new christened, finally admitting that I am going to support the Raiders after denying love, but mainly because of the refresh they've done to the team this year. Again, I've said it many times already, but Pete Carroll,
Kevin, what's the running back's name? Tell us. The world wants to know. Ashton?
Jetty, Weedy,
Genty.
Genty.
He's
a gent. He's a
a
gent.
gent. He's
I'm
a
just going to call him
gentleman.
the gent from now on.
Ashton, the gentleman. Trucks
Ashton
through
Gent.
another defender.
Ashton
Yeah,
Gent. There we go.
I
Now I
dig
can
it.
remember it. I just
The
figured. See,
gentleman.
once I can nickname something, I always remember it. So Ashton Gent. I'm really
Let's not
excited for
that
him.
blow up. Let's take credit for it. Yeah.
No, I'm really excited for him. Honestly, I can't wait for this game just to see how. I want to see how much Pete Carroll runs the ball in a real game. Like, are we going to go ground and pound?
Yeah, that'd be good.
I hope so. I feel like the Raiders is the perfect team for a ground and pound kind of success story. I definitely think they're going to have a pretty successful season.
I think Geno has to be used as a game manager, and that script leads to running the ball over and over again.
Yep.
Absolutely.
No, this is they have the schema for it. Anyway, so I'm going to watch that game. That's my first pick. I'm really excited for it. I will play by play recount to you if the Raiders are what I think they're going to be this year.
Fascinating. And you know what? I'll go on the flip side. I was looking at this game because I'm so interested to see how Drake May does, how Mike Vrabel, the new head coach for the Patriots, does. Travion Henderson, there's buzz about him being maybe even a better rookie running back than Ashton Genty. I don't really believe in that, but he does look like he's special. He's a real talent. Also, Kyle Williams, I really want to see if he's used in the game and if he is used a decent amount. He's a rookie from Washington State. He's famous in any draft analysis because he was burning like Travis Hunter, who we've talked about as, one of the better defensive players in college. Stephon Diggs is going to be playing. He's, megastar, like I was just saying. Diggs, sideline, touchdown.
Was a megastar.
Maybe he has juice left. He could be. I have one friend who was drafting him in every single fantasy league because he's like, dude, he's still Stephon Diggs. They have Will Campbell at left tackle, another rookie. Again, I loved their rookie class. Plus, you have Drake May, who some people were grading higher than Caleb Williams last year. And Drake May, nobody's doubting that he is a stud at QB, even though they, had a terrible record last season, one of the worst in the league. Everybody was like, yeah, Drake May's got it. He's got it. So him in year 2 is going to be fascinating. So yeah, I think both teams, this is kind of like a refresh game. See, like, are these teams new? Are these teams, it's going to be fascinating.
Yeah, exactly. So I will pick that game, and I'm going to go Raiders because I do think on paper they're slightly better than the Patriots team right now.
Go Pats. I'll pick Pats.
The Pats are favored in the casinos.
Oh yeah, I didn't mention that. It's a kind of again like a home team situation coin flip, 2.5. And again, that's what makes the like really large point differentials so egregious in week 1 is nobody knows these teams. Yes, we can assume that the Eagles are going to be good. We can assume that the Titans are going to be bad. But having a 9-point favorite in week 1 is just embarrassing if you're the Cowboys. Just gotta throw one more jab out. Yeah, I'm picking the Pats. Maybe just for home field. They're going to fill out the stadium for at least week 1. All right, my second pick. I'm going to take my Super Bowl pick, Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Atlanta Falcons in Atlanta, Georgia, 10 a.m. Pacific time. And Tampa Bay is favored by 1.5. The over-under is 47.5. So I love this game because the NFC South are some of the best sneaky rivalry teams in all of sports, in my opinion. They hate each other. The Bucks, the Falcons, the Saints, and I mean, it's just they all just hate each other in that division, and I love it. I'm here for it. But also, the Buccaneers, they have juice. They got Baker Mayfield. I hope he keeps crushing it. They have Mike Evans. They're going to be using Emeka Egbuka, who is an exciting rookie receiver coming out. They have Bucky Irving in the backfield, who was extremely exciting to watch last year. On the Falcons side of it, you have Michael Penix in year 2. I heard today a great kind of nickname for Michael Penix to Drake London, who's their top receiver. Michael Penix wears 9, Drake London wears 5. So they got that 9 to 5 connection. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
The 9 to 5 connection. I like that. And there's some people saying it's finally Kyle Pitts' year. Maybe. I mean, we'll see. And then you got arguably the best running back in the NFL with Bijan Robinson.
Yeah.
So what makes this game also fun is it's Madden scores every single time they play each other. Last year, I think both times they faced each other, it was over 40 points total. There was just barn burners, shootouts, and it could happen this year again because that is where the questions lie with both of these teams. The Atlanta Falcons doubled up on pass rushers because they have not had a pass rush the last few years. For a long time now, which is why they did it. And then on the Buccaneers side, they have people like Vita Vea and Levante David on the defense, but they are kind of lacking with their DBs, which could be targeted by Penix and London especially. So it could be a shootout. I'd probably take the over on this one.
Over 47.5? Wow. That'd be a hell of a game. But no, it makes sense. I mean, both of them are, I mean, the Falcons especially have always been a really highly offensive team. So who are you calling to win, though?
Bucks. I'm picking the Bucks. They should be the, they should. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to say Bucks, though, as well. I agree with you. I have already picked my next team.
Ooh, all right.
But I forgot what I picked. Give me a second to remind myself. Oh, yes, I remember. The next team, even though it's at the same time period, so luckily I have multicast, so I'll be able to watch
you
both.
gotta see. I picked a 1 o'clock game. I picked a 10 o'clock game. You see what I'm doing here?
No, I'm horrible at that part. But I do like to watch multiple games at once because there's so many commercials and stuff that it just keeps me entertained.
That's true.
Watching one singular game, I try to reserve that for the playoffs. But I'm going to go Miami and Indianapolis, and I need help picking who's going to actually win. I'm going to watch this game, but I don't know who to actually bet on. I know the Colts haven't been their best, but you're predicting this huge Miami fallout. I think they have enough in them to beat the Colts, but I'll let you guide my parlays here as I'm building them live.
Oh, you're building a parlay live. All right.
Live, yeah. On the games that we're talking about, yeah, I'm selecting based on what we're agreeing on. So the Dolphins and the Colts, they're both at minus 110, meaning they're both equally favored in the casino odds to win the game.
So, yeah, ESPN has it as the Colts favored by 1.5. Again, it's a small coin flip margin. The over-under is at 46.5. Yeah, I'm predicting the collapse. A lot of people are predicting the Colts to be mid. Just bad vibes all around. I forget who I was listening to, but it's kind of like the bad vibe off between these two teams.
Who has worse vibes?
Yeah, who has worse vibes? But kind of what I was talking about earlier, the Dolphins are a start hot, collapse late team the last few years under their coach. And if they're going to start hot, this is the perfect situation for them to do that. Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill, Tua Tagovailoa, they have not a good offensive line, and the Colts actually have a pretty good pass rush, so Tua's going to need to get that ball out quickly. But, they are a track team, they're a dome team, so maybe they're going to be able to score points. But on the flip side, you have Daniel Jones. It's Danny Dimes time. Hopefully they can get Jonathan Taylor working. They have some interesting receivers. I don't trust Michael Pittman as the number one, but they have Alec Pierce, they have Josh Downs, they have Adonai. I'm mispronouncing that name, but they have really good deep threats. However, Daniel Jones is not a good deep ball thrower, so I don't know. I give more power to you for watching this game. I am glad I'm not watching this game.
I want to see the train wreck. I want to see some sloppy ass shit happen, but I also want to win. But I'm going to go with the Dolphins because, again, they are my original NFL team. They're the team that brought me into football back when I was a wee lad. And I like Dolphins. Just like your wife. I just like Dolphins, and I want them to do good. But I think they can take on the Colts.
Yeah, I think so. If I were to pick the game, I'd pick the Dolphins.
All right. What's your third pick?
My third and final pick for the week 1 preview. All right, fine. You forced my hand.
Rams.
Houston Texans at the Los Angeles Rams in SoFi Stadium. Fine stadium. Have you seen it? It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. The Rams are favored by 3.5. The over-under is actually kind of low at 43.5. It's tied for second lowest this week, which is crazy. Besides Pittsburgh and New York, the Jets and the Steelers aren't even cracking 40 on the over-under.
Shit.
Yes, I'm picking my team, the Rams. There's
Who
some
do you think
very
is actually going to win? Like, beyond just picking your favorite team.
So that's why I'm so interested to watch this game, is because what version of Stafford do we get? If we get a healthy Stafford, the Rams should win. If we don't have a healthy Stafford, I can still see the McVay having a plan. I can still see Puka Nacua, who's bigger and stronger than he was last year, which is crazy because he's a pretty big guy. Devontae Adams the reports have been that he's just balling out. Kieran Williams in the backfield, I could see them just grinding out. However, I think this is probably the best defensive matchup, which is why the over-under is so low for this game. Even though, Houston has CJ Stroud, Nico Collins, they have those rookie receivers that they drafted, Newell and Higgins, but the starting running back for the Houston Texans is Nick Chubb, and they have offensive line issues. The Rams' defensive line is up there with some of the best in the league. They had 2 playoff games last year, and they had 16 sacks in those 2 playoff games. Jared Verse is actually one of the top 5 favorites to win Defensive Player of the Year, the Rams' defensive end, going into his second year. They have Kobe Turner on that defensive line, Braden Fisk. I can talk about the Rams. However, on the flip side, the Houston Texans have Danielle Hunter and they have Will Anderson, which is maybe one of the better pass rush duos in the league, as well as arguably the best DB pair in the entire league, led by Derek Stingley Jr., who is arguably up there with Patrick Surtain as the best defensive backs in the NFL. So if you're going to match up against Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams, the Texans are arguably the only team that could do it.
Damn. Well, the Rams are listed favored. Plus 135 for the Texans to pull through, so
If
they're
Stafford's
underdogs.
healthy, I'm taking that for sure. But how healthy is Stafford? That's the question.
Again, the quarterback bench, they have a bench. So even if Stafford's not healthy, I think they could do
Well,
fine with
that's
Garoppolo.
the thing, though, is if Stafford's like dislocated shoulder, sprained ankle, and like slipped disc, he's still going to be like, all right, hike on 3, get up to the line. And like his like left arm will be limp,
Okay. Well, good luck, Rams. I like the Rams as always. I like their colors. I like their vibe. I like their history. I miss Gurley, but it's okay that they're a new team now.
You gotta get over Gurley. I've moved past it. Yeah, we gotta stop bringing it up, man.
I
It's
can't.
too long ago now.
I can't let go. Okay. My third game, not as easy for me to pick, but I'm gonna pick the Carolina versus Jacksonville game.
You have
Also at 10
fascinating
a.m.
games. I'm not gonna say I think I have the better games to watch, but I have
Some of your games are better to watch. Some of them are better to watch. I think the Falcons game is a really good one. But
All right,
the reason why I want to watch...
Just to catch everybody up, Carolina at Jacksonville at 10 a.m. Pacific time. The line is Jacksonville's favored by 3.5. The over-under is 46.5.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to watch the Broncos-Tennessee game because the Broncos are just going to smoke the shit out of them. So it's like not even a game to watch, honestly. The reason why I want to watch the Jacksonville versus Carolina is that I want to see what this Jacksonville team is this year. I have a lot of curiosity around them. The things we've talked about on previous episodes, like it just, I don't know, it all has my interest peaked. I want to see what to expect out of another Florida team. Could it? I know I predicted for them to like win a division or something. Like I think this could be.
Yeah, I think we did.
I want to see it. Just want to see it.
Yeah. So they have Brian Thomas Jr., BTJ, one of the best receivers in the league last year, even though he was just a rookie. They drafted Travis Hunter, arguably the best receiver in this class. Also, are they going to use him on defense? That's a fascinating storyline. Bryce Young for the Panthers was heating up at the end of last year. Is he going to continue that trend up? A lot of people would love to see it. They drafted arguably the best rookie receiver in this class, Tet McMillan. How much is he going to be used? Chuba Hubbard in the backfield. How is he going to play? He was, like a range 10 to 15 running back last year. Jalen Coker, is he still going to be involved in the offense? Yeah, it'll be interesting. Interesting game for sure. Josh Hines Allen is the defensive end for the Jaguars, arguably their best defensive player. I don't know if you know this story, but he changed his name because his name was Josh Allen. So he added the hyphen Hines Allen. There was a fascinating game between the Jags and the Bills where Josh Allen sacked Josh Allen 3 times, and it was the only time ever that happened. And he even had like a forced fumble touchdown from Josh Allen to Josh Allen. So it was great. Great storylines. That's peak NFL storylines right there.
That's why the name's got to switch to gamer tags, man. That's another reason why that's going to happen in like 10 years. Besides the Gen Alpha takeover, looming over all of us. Okay, right. But really quick, who do you think is going to win it though? I want to watch it out of curiosity, but I actually don't know who to call for this game. The Jags, they are favored by -190, so it's like likely that they'll win it, but it's not a. It's not a given.
decently confident. Like if this was like a late week, like late in the season pick for our survivor, I'd pick the Jaguars. Feel
Wait, did
pretty
we make our
decent.
survivor picks yet?
No, we're going to do that next. Anything else
All
you want
right.
to say about Panthers Jags before we do that?
No, I'll have a lot to say next week. Again, this is me hitting the ground with my reporter hat. I'm going to start following these teams and start to get a little bit more intelligent on how I speak about them, because the last few weeks I've kind of just been shit talking the Cowboys, and here we are.
Well deserved. Well deserved. Before we do our survivor picks, I just want to say a couple of games that I was also looking at. Bengals versus Cleveland is going to be interesting. I don't really would watch that game for Cleveland, but I would watch that game for Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. Steelers, I mean, how did they do this to the Jets? Aaron Rodgers is going to New York week 1. Brutal. That's going to be an interesting game just because I don't trust either team at all. Will DK Metcalf be good? Will Justin Fields be good? Will the Jets defense be good? How's Aaron Glenn going to do as the head coach? How is Aaron Rodgers going to do? That's the main storyline. Cardinals Saints. The Cardinals are heavy favorites in that game. I might pick the Saints to upset them, because the Saints are going to be a funky team this year. They're going to be a berserker team, I feel like. A lot of people are almost too low on them. I know I've been super low on them, but that's kind of making me flip back to like, well, maybe they could win games. Giants at Commanders could be interesting. Like, see how Russell Wilson does. Like I said, I picked the Giants to win 6 games. They actually played Washington super close last year, so they could beat them, actually. Washington, again, heavy favorites. So, that could be an upset alert. Upset watch. San Francisco at Seattle. I can't believe that game didn't get picked. That's huge rivalries. That's Sam Darnold in his debut. Christian McCaffrey for San Francisco off his injury. Is he going to be the same CMC? Juwan Jennings just signed a $3 million raise that he requested from the 49ers. That wide receiver room needs it. Yeah, fascinating stuff. All right, but my survivor pick. Actually, should we be forced to pick different teams?
Yes.
Okay. So how should we decide first pick? I feel like this is kind of big. We're only doing the Sunday slate, right? Not primetime games for survivor
Only Sunday
picks.
slate. And when you say different teams, you mean teams you haven't already talked about, or what?
No. Like if I pick, one team, you can't pick that team.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. So here, I have flip a coin up. Do you want tails or heads?
Tails always.
Oof. Tails. Tails never fails. Kevin, you have the first pick.
Telling you, I'm a pro gambler, folks. Y'all are gonna love me by the end of the season. We're gonna make a lot of money together, y'all.
Maybe not.
All right, who's gonna make it through for sure on Sunday?
I'm nervous if you take the person I'm thinking of.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm nervous now. Fuck it. I think you already know. I'm gonna go Denver.
Yeah.
Denver Broncos. They're gonna win their game. I'm gonna make it to the next round. Easy peasy. Good luck, Thor.
Yeah, that was my pick too. I feel like that's probably the safest pick. Denver, they have Bo Nix. I think they're ready to make the leap this year. Dang. All right. You know what? I said the only reason I would watch it is for the Bengals. Their defense is bad. It needs to score. I mean, the Browns' offense is so bad, though. Joe Flacco? Can Joe Flacco beat Joe Burrow? No, he cannot. I'm picking the Bengals over the Browns, my survivor pick.
Dang. Bending it on orange.
Yeah, it's
orange
true.
On orange violence.
Yeah, orange crush.
All right, well, good luck. I know I'll be fine. We'll see how you do next week.
Well, you say that. The safest pick, right? The safest pick could bite you. We don't know. Maybe Cam Ward is generational. Maybe Cam Ward is the next Patrick Mahomes. Tennessee. Maybe Calvin Ridley had a resurgence, and maybe
episode 1 we literally said that they're like candidates for number 1 draft pick next year because of how bad they're going to do this.
Well,
Okay, what's next on the agenda? Are we ready for my favorite part, which is the Super Parlay? I'm going to speed run this.
All right, so I'll hand it over to you. Those are the things we wanted to talk about. Wrapping up the week 1 preview. We're wrapping up the week 1 preview.
Yeah. No, I'm so happy. It was fun. This is exactly what I wanted out of this podcast. I feel like it was a nice build-up.
This is it. We're locked in now.
This is actually episode 1. The other ones were just warm-ups.
Yeah, honestly.
So really quick, Super Parlay is something I like to do every NFL weekend, starting on Thursday. And we can go through it super fast. We don't have to talk about why. We've talked a lot about the teams. So we're just going to go through
fast Super Parlay.
The full Super Parlay on Gridiron Thunder which we'll do every week. The rules are you can't bet big because your bets are probably going to lose. So bet $1 only and good luck. So Cowboys, Eagles, pick Eagles. Chiefs, Chargers, minus 170. Okay.
I'm picking the Chargers. I don't know if you should do that for your parlay. I don't know though. I'm being a little spicy picking the Chargers.
No, listen, this is good for super parlays because because the Chargers are plus 145. So when you're only betting $1, you really kind of want to sneak in a couple of these plus ones because that's where that's what makes it a super parlay. If you only bet safe,
I won't justify anything else. Super fast, super parlay.
No, it's fine. It's fine. If you only bet safe, it's not as fun and the reward is less. So what's the point?
No.
Cardinals versus Saints. You're going to be spicy. Cards.
You know what? I'll stick. No, I'm not trusting Spencer Rattler.
All right.
Cards.
Bucks Falcons.
Bucks.
Panthers Jaguars. Bengals Browns. I know we just said this. Bengals. Dolphins Colts. I know we said this already. I'm going to go Dolphins.
Are we picking every game?
Every game. That's what makes it a super parlay.
That's
you don't
skip
super
parlay.
Anything. Yeah, every game. I've done this before and I've won like crazy money.
You're gonna Venmo me, Cash App?
No. This is my money. You got to send me $1 first.
Why am I doing
Giants? This is for our listeners to follow along if they choose to do this.
All right.
Giants Commanders. Steelers Jets.
This is a tough one. Jets.
Raiders Patriots.
I'm going Pats.
Patriots are favored. I want to go. Okay, fuck it. Patriots. Titans Broncos.
Broncos. It's Broncos.
Yeah. 49ers Seahawks.
49.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Lions Packers.
I
already know. Yep. Texans and Rams. I think I already know, but what would you put on a parlay?
Rams.
Okay. They are favored. Ravens Bills. I want to go Bills.
I'm going Ravens.
But it's tight. Shit. All right. I'll follow your picks for this because you're the expert. Vikings and Bears.
Even though I get money if I win.
Yep. Now this is for me, bro.
I want 1%.
3% final offer.
All right. Damn, you drive a hard bargain. All right.
Vikings Bears.
Vikings.
Commanders Packers.
What are you talking about?
Oh, that's the next week. Sorry. That's the super parlay, folks. We've done it.
We got Commanders Packers next week. That's a good game. Spicy. No. We would get so much wrong. We'd probably win like $1.
Okay, well, get this. If we get everything that you just said right, Thor, 16 legs, 16 games, $2. Reward payout is $5,986.89.
But what is that for me? That's like $168.
If we actually win this, bro, don't worry. We'll go 50-50. Don't worry about it. Because I am using your knowledge. Because like I would make different bets probably before the game starts, but my bets are going to be less educated. This parlay is the Thor parlay, which is why I like to do it on the podcast because it's like sucking the analytics out of you into my degenerate hobbies.
The super fast super parlay on Gridiron.
So that is the super parlay.
Yeah.
Let us know in the comments if you decide to follow along, and if we lose, which we probably will, it's okay because it's just $1. If you bet more than $1 on something like this, more than $2 on something like this, you're an idiot. So don't blame us.
Parlays in the betting world are called loser bets because that's what they are. That's how they make money. But it is very cool to see that $2 can make $5,000.
Yeah, it's addicting. But no, listen, one thing that you can do with a parlay. So if you're actually sitting there watching the games as the parlay is taking effect, you can pull out early. So for example,
nah, never do that.
During the end of last year's main season, I did a super parlay and I got every single game right. And I was watching the game where the Lions lost their first game of the season, which was like week 16. I had the option to pull out early, but I didn't pull out. And then they lost that game, which I predicted. But then my total parlay amount off my dollar bet was like $700 something. So then I had the option to sit on that 700 and wait until Monday's game, which was Packers versus somebody. I forgot. And then if that game had gone through, the total would have been like 1,500 take home. But I was too nervous that the Packers were going to lose. So I pulled out early. But they had actually won that game. So I wish I had stayed in. But you can pull out early.
Never pull out. Never pull out. Hey, everybody listening at home, never pull out. If you take one thing from this podcast, never
I'm always pulling out. But that's how you make money. That's how you actually make money on parlays, because you drive the odds up in weird ways, and then you pull out kind of early. And yeah, you're not taking home the $5,000.
I can't have this conversation. I'm too much of a child.
But you can take home 700 easy. So anyway, I'll.
You hear that? It costs more money to pull out.
No, it costs more money to stay in because you're most likely not going to hit the full parlay. So you're going to lose $5,000 when you can take home maybe 700. Always go for the easy wins. When you're gambling, take the easy wins. If you could turn $2 into $700, just take it. Don't even think about it.
I'll leave the gambling to you. You're the gambling expert. I
Yes.
rarely touch stuff.
Yes.
But hopefully we win. All right. Hey, dog.
Any parting words
One.
of wisdom?
Week 1 preview in the books. Timer, countdown, check-in. We are currently at 18 hours, 27 minutes, 34 seconds, 30.
How drunk are you going to get for these games?
I typically don't. I'm really not that heavy of a drinker. I remember during the Rams Super Bowl, I was pretty much staying sober because I'm just too, into it. My wife, she was stressing out. She was freaking out wearing an Aaron Donald jersey. And it was literally the last few plays where, Aaron Donald gets the pressure on Joe Burrow to end the game. And right before the play started, she was like, I'm too nervous. I'm going to take a shot. I'm taking a shot. And as she's pouring it, Aaron Donald gets the sack. And I'm like running around doing the put the ring on my finger celebration that Aaron Donald was doing. And she's just like, I missed it.
No, I don't really drink during the games either. I like to get really I become an alcoholic during World Cup because it's every 4 years. So I get drunk for a month. But beyond that, I don't really drink. But I don't know. I feel like we got to do something to celebrate week 1. It's special. Week 1 is a special time.
I mean, I say this is special. We got our games to watch. I have much better games to watch than Kevin.
I'm gonna have fun.
We've got our survivor picks. Kevin has a much better survivor pick than me.
Yes.
We broke down prime time. We talked over unders for the season. This has been great, man. It's been a great time talking football with you.
Yeah, no. Happy episode 1 for real. This podcast is officially launching as the season launches.
Yeah.
Maybe we live stream next time. Maybe we do it on video. Who knows? But keep an eye out.
Yeah. You know what? Just to wrap it all up, week 1, it's happening. We'll be back for week 2, talking about everything that mattered from week 1, trying to ignore the overreactions. Preview week 2. We're in it now. We're in the grind. For Gridiron Thunder, he's been Kevin. I've been Thor. Talk to y'all next week. See
Later,
you,
everybody.
Gridiron.
Yeah.
How about that?